Hi friends, today's Heritage Studies lesson is on kite weather. And I'm out here in my backyard enjoying this beautiful day, and today is a perfect day to fly a kite. It's sunny, windy, a little bit of breeze blowing, sometimes a lot, sometimes just a little bit. You can tell the leaves up here behind me are just blowing just a little bit. Now we can't see the wind, can we? But we can see what wind does. Kind of like the Holy Spirit, right? We can't see the Holy Spirit, but we can see what it does. Well, today's story, Kite Weather, is about a family that learns to fly a kite, but it also tells another story, a story about a very important man that flew a very special kite. Now, kites fly because wind currents go back and forth, exchange places sort of like that in the air, and it makes the wind blow. The kite rides on those wind currents, and that's how kites are able to fly. So this story is called An Electric Kite. Grant ran as fast as he could, watching to see if his kite would lift in the wind. Flip, flip, bump, flop. The kite would just not go up. I thought flying a kite would be easier than this, moaned Grant. Dave ran in the opposite direction, determined to get his kite in the air. A puff of air gently started to lift his kite. "Run fast!" shouted Dad. As Dave ran faster, the kite dipped, then started to slowly lift. "Let out the string," directed Dad, running to Dave. As the kite went higher, Dave was able to stand still and enjoy watching his kite soar. It was a perfect day to be outdoors, like this one, and sometimes the wind blew briskly, yes, and other times it was quiet. The wind picked up again, and before long, Dad had helped Grant to get his kite in the air too. That morning, Mom had taught the boys a lesson about a famous man named Benjamin Franklin. He was a famous writer and inventor. She had explained that he loved to learn new things. When he saw lightning, he wondered if there was a lot of power in it. He wondered how he could prove that there was electrical power in lightning. He decided to go out to a field on a stormy night to fly a kite. He had added some loose threads and a metal key to the kite string. When the lightning struck, it made the threads stand up and sparks started crackling from the key. Then he knew for sure that lightning was electricity. After the lesson, the boys wanted to fly their kites. It was not a duty day at the fire station for Dad, so he had offered to take them to the park. They enjoyed flying their kites until the wind died down. Getting into the car later, Grant said, "It would have been scary flying a kite in the storm like Benjamin Franklin did." It was a dangerous experiment, but because of Benjamin Franklin, we have many electrical inventions today, explained Dad. "I wish we could invent an electric kite," commented Grant. "Then it wouldn't be so hard to get it into the air." That would make it a little easier, wouldn't it? Well, I've got a few questions for you for this story. So what were Grant and Dave trying to do at the beginning of the story? They were trying to, yes, fly kites. That's exactly right. Why did Grant and Dave want to fly kites? What had happened first? What had given them their prior knowledge, the things that they had already learned about? So who was the man that they had learned about that morning? His name was Benjamin Franklin. Yeah. So the boys got excited about that history lesson that Mom had taught them, and they wanted to fly kites too. So what's the best kind of day to fly a kite? That's right, a windy day. And I think probably better not a rainy day. A nice windy day, maybe cloudy, maybe sunny, but definitely has to have some wind in it. So why do you think Grant had a hard time flying his kite at first? What was something that might have needed to happen for Grant to be able to fly his kite better? See if you can tell your mom or grandma or whoever's working with you what might Grant have needed. Yeah? Well, the wind. Remember it said the wind had died down a little bit. So Grant was having a tough time getting his kite up. But pretty soon the wind picked up. Remember Dad told him how to release the string and let the kite soar up on that wind current when it was blowing. So think about if you've ever flown a kite. It's a lot of fun. You gotta have some space, can't have a lot of trees around. Nice open field. It's a nice place to fly a kite. So why was Dad able to help Grant and Dave fly kites even though it was a weekday afternoon? There was something unusual happening for Dad. He wasn't working, that's right, he wasn't on duty. Remember, he's a firefighter. And that particular day, he wasn't on duty. So it was a nice time for him to be able to spend time with his boys. Great day to fly a kite. So good lesson, good story. We learned a little bit about Benjamin Franklin. He was so important in learning about electricity, discovering really electricity, and think of all the things that we use that are dependent on electricity. When we flip on a light switch, when we plug in our computers, which we do a lot these days, anything, our TVs, our hair dryers, anything that is in an outlet that doesn't, just run on simply batteries. That's electricity. So we have a lot to be thankful for. So thank you, Ben Franklin, for letting us advance in our technology with electricity. That's pretty wonderful. So hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget to complete the paper with Ben Franklin flying his kite. Have a great day.